Welcome back to Live, Laugh, Luke, and I have got only can be described as someone that's possibly changing the world. It's the one, the only, Ben West. I want you to do like a big... Also, you won't give a fuck about this, but this is a new set.
Yes, it is amazing. I mean, I have nothing to compare it against.
Nothing.
It's lovely in here.
Last one was a shithole. No, I'm joking. Sorry, producer. Sorry, Amy. Sorry. Yes, and the reason why I had such a big lead up to that is about changing the world. Big pause, Ben West. You are quite possibly changing the world.
Thank you.
And when I messaged you, I was like, I really fucking want him on this podcast because I really want to talk to you about it. And it's only another reason is because for someone who suffers with mental health, it's good that someone who's male talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
So let's get into it. You've been campaigning now for 8 years?
8 years.
2018.
2018, yeah.
I know a lot of people online, you've obviously gone viral. Yeah. For people that don't know, are you okay going back to why?
Of course I am. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So, I mean, the fact that I'm sitting here talking about mental health as a mental health campaigner is all a bit weird still, because my plan in life when I was growing up, when I was at school, was to go to university, study engineering, and then go into the army and fly helicopters. So it was like, that was my goal in life, and that was what I was working towards.
Straight.
I know, yeah, basically, yeah.
Quite hot.
Maybe I should just go with that.
Yeah.
So that was my plan. And then, so the idea that I talk about mental health now is just like so far away from that. And I don't fly helicopters, sadly. But what happened was everything was going well. And then one day in September 2018, or 2017 rather, my little brother Sam was diagnosed with depression. And he was 15 years old. I was 17. And I didn't know what depression was. No one had ever told me what that was. The first time I ever heard the word depression was my mum told me that Sam had it.
Yeah.
And didn't really ever speak to him about it because I didn't understand how you could be diagnosed with feeling sad. It didn't make sense to me. And then very sadly, in January 2018, Sam took his own life. And he was 15 years old when he died. I was 17. That was obviously the most horrific experience for all of us, losing Sam. But I realised very quickly that like small things went wrong. And that was frustrating, but you also realise that actually small things could then be changed to stop that from happening again. And I realised very quickly that like I wanted to try and do my best to do him proud and do some work to try and open that subject up and talk about it there. Because, as you know, like it's really difficult to struggle, and it makes you feel awkward and embarrassed and ashamed. And none of those things should be felt by someone. And there isn't enough support and there isn't enough education. There's not enough people talking about these things. And that was very true for Sam's story. And so, as much as it begins with a sad story, my story is positive, and it's great to be with you and here talking about these things because these things matter.
Yep.
So many people struggle.
Yeah.
And so many people feel ashamed about struggling.
Yeah.
And the big messages, that's just not okay. Like, it's all fine.
So talk to me about your brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you found out in September he had depression, and then 4 months later, obviously taking his own life. Yeah. Did you see any signs of it?
No, not really. I mean, Sam was like the opposite of the person you'd think would have depression. He was outgoing, he was funny, he was incredibly talented, like very good at art, which I was always jealous of because I'm shit at art. I can't draw, I can't paint, I can't do any of that. And he would literally, he was 15 years old, and he's a big film fan and loved like film scores and film music and Hans Zimmer and all of that. And he would literally digitally produce his own film scores. And I was just like, that is beyond anything I could imagine being able to do. So very, very talented, loved art, would make people laugh. His humour as well was like, those people that have quite a dark humour and always know the perfect, like they're always on the line of whether you feel like you're allowed to laugh or not.
Yeah.
But never over the line, but very, very close. And that's a skill. So he was very good at sort of making you feel bad for laughing at some of the stuff he said. So he was just the opposite of the person you'd think that'd be affected by this. He also cared a lot about people. He was a massive empath. We used to describe him as like an emotional sponge. If you put him into a room, he'd just absorb all the feeling. You know, he felt things deeply.
I read as well that you blamed yourself a lot.
Oh, yeah.
For Sam's passing.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that the last time you spoke to him wasn't great?
No, it was not.
No.
Yeah. You know, living with someone with mental health problems is really hard. Like, it's really difficult. And it's quite frustrating because growing up, me and Sam and my other brother Tom were like really close, really, really close. And then Sam's changed. He became a lot more like isolated. He'd do a lot of stuff on his own. He felt a little bit at times. The best way of describing it is he was a little bit like a cardboard cutout of a person. There was just nothing behind it. It was just sort of the image of him, but nothing there. And you know what? I found that really annoying because it was awkward. It made like dinner as a family awkward. It's just this person that didn't want to be there and negative. It was, you know, it just made you really frustrated. And I was 17, so I didn't know anything about what was going on. And yeah, the night that Sam died, my dad went off to work. So it was me, my mum, Tom and Sam.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was the same as always, just pushing food around his plate and just being, you know, difficult. And we had an argument. And as he left the room, I just shouted, "Fuck off," after him. And that would turn out to be the last thing I ever say to him. And then I go upstairs, have a shower, pack my bag for school that I had the next day. And then, you know, my mum finds him, starts screaming, and I run in and start doing first aid, and Sam doesn't survive. And that's the sort of end of that chapter of my life. And naive little Ben that grew up in the countryside with his little lovely family, that thought the world is a great, lovely place, suddenly was sort of shown that the world is not as nice and easy as I thought it was, in quite a traumatic way. But yeah, for a long time after that, I obviously, you know, blamed myself hugely, to the point where, you know, I remember being really scared of being arrested because I thought that it was my fault to such an extent that I might be done for manslaughter. And so I remember doing police statements, and the police were around our house, and I was trying really hard to work out what to say to not basically reveal that I thought it was my fault. So yeah, that guilt was enormous, and I had carried that for about 3 years before I told someone.
Yeah.
And then I finally did tell someone, and then, you know, I've gone through a lot of therapy, and there's an amazing counsellor called Lucy, who's just the most amazing woman that's done some amazing work with me, that's allowed me to sort of see that, yeah, people don't take their own life because you tell them to fuck off, right? People don't, that's not how it works. It's not how it worked for Sam. What 3 brothers in the world don't argue? And you sort of get this other perspective on what was going on. You realise actually it's just an incredibly unwell brain that's not thinking rationally, that is not going to reach that decision or do that thing because of something that you've done. It's just not how suicide works at all. But it took a long, long time to work that out.
Thanks for opening up about that, because it's obviously really hard and difficult, especially losing a loved one to it. Because I think a lot of people can relate in a way, and what I mean by that is, even if someone suddenly passes, you automatically go to think, oh my God, last time I spoke to him, I told him to fuck off, or I told him go away, or do you know what I mean, or I didn't love you, or when you say stuff out of anger and you don't mean it. For people who are listening to the podcast and are experienced or have experienced something like that, what would you say is the best coping thing for you that helped you to make you go, it's just try not listen to your brain a bit about it?
That's a really good question, because I didn't really cope with it very well at all. Mm-hmm. I went to uni in September that year, and then like basically chased fun and like very much like alcohol, partying, and I thought I was doing well because I was partying and having fun and laughing, and then look back and I was like, that was my way of escaping everything. I would say to people that the best thing I ever did was tell someone, honestly, and it took me a long time working with Lucy, my counsellor, before I felt like I trusted her enough. One session, I knew that I wanted to say it, but one session I got like halfway through and I was just like, there's something I want to say, which is, I still think it's my fault. Mm-hmm. I don't say that lightly. I said to her, I was like, very deeply within me, I absolutely believe that it was me that did that.
Ben, that must have ate you up.
Yeah, for 3 years. It was about 3 years.
So did you see a shift in your mental health then with that?
After saying?
Yeah.
Almost immediately.
Yeah.
Because what's funny about so many things in life is that as soon as you get someone else's perspective, it's almost the antidote to your own internal voice. So as soon as she was just like, and she's so lovely, she was just like, Ben, that's not how it works. Mm-hmm. And she sort of just started to go into it, and we started unpicking it. And you just sort of, because it's such a horrible feeling, you never really interrogate it or think about it. You just sort of feel it and then always push it away. And it was the first time that we could actually sit with it and go, let's really understand where that's coming from, and also explain why that's not true at all. Mm-hmm. And so that it was actually quite immediate, that weight off my shoulders of going, oh, you're so right, you're right, it's not, you're right. And it was the first time that I really sat with that idea that it wasn't me and that Sam was just really unwell. And then through my job, and obviously this is probably quite unique to me, I have the absolute privilege of being able to meet a lot of people that have survived suicide attempts. Mm-hmm. And one question I love asking is, what that experience is like, what that last thought is. Mm-hmm. No one has ever answered that question with, yeah, I was thinking about what that one person said to me, or that family member I don't get on with.
Yeah.
No one says that. The brain is not well. And so all of those experiences basically reform that belief in me that it's not how it works, essentially. Mm. And those 3 years of me feeling, probably I'd go as far as say like deep down really not liking who I was, mm-hmm. Melted away within half an hour when I started to go, oh yeah, silly me. It's not really how it works.
Did you speak to your family about it? Did you say to your mum, like, I feel like this is my fault?
Not really, because I guess it's so difficult with families. When there's something this bad happens in a family, it's very difficult to talk to each other about it because it's so intense.
Yeah.
And it's so personal to all of us.
Emotion.
And we're all probably feeling guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone is, and this goes for all sorts of grief. Like if you lose someone, everyone feels an element of guilt and shame and what ifs and all this. But with suicide, it's so much more concentrated. So it was very difficult. I mean, we've spoken about it a lot now.
Yeah.
And it's difficult not to, I'm on a podcast talking about it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It'd be difficult not to talk about it. But yeah, it takes a lot because it's, with counsellors, with strangers, with people on the internet, they're one step removed from the story. With Tom, my mum, my dad, this is our story, and it's our loved one that died, and it is close to home and difficult.
Yeah.
It's important.
This might be a bit of a strange question, but do you ever talk to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like that helps?
I do. And also with my work now, I really feel like we're doing it together. Like,
yeah.
I definitely do. There's photos of him, and there's and obviously we'll get onto it with reasons to stay, but like I've written letters, and I've still got a little Facebook, back when we used Facebook Messenger, I've still got all of our Facebook Messenger chats, and I've sent lots of messages to him, his account over the years, which is the funny thing about social media actually, is that in a way, like that is still active, because we have our digital online lives, and so when you look at some of those pages, it's still him, he's still there, and it feels like you can talk to him by messaging. So I've got a lot of messages to his accounts and things, and those messages and tones have changed a lot over the years. That first message I sent was deeply angry, like absolutely furious, and it's not. It's just full of love.
Yeah. Do you find, speaking to a lot of people that have dealt with suicide, that a lot of them do feel angry?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course you would. I mean, because let's face it, it's incredibly difficult to understand suicide and how it works and how someone could ever choose that. Mm-hmm. And that's the sticking point. What you first think is, how could you choose that? Mm-hmm. And until you understand that it's not anything to do with choice, it becomes, how could you choose to do this to me? Mm-hmm. And that has a lot of anger.
Yeah.
And early days as a family and lots of people, you'd say things like, I can't believe he could do this to us. And that's the sort of level of understanding you'd have. Like, no one's explained any of this before. It's actually an incredibly complex way of dying. Tons of anger. Very, very common anger. And even, to be honest, even other sorts of grief, like even people that have gone through like slower deaths through like cancer and stuff, there's often anger there. I think we would naturally just feel angry at things, don't we, when things don't go well, and we lash out and we say things we don't mean. But yeah, with Sam, there was definitely anger, a lot of anger, until I learned more, you know.
You've been advocating, obviously, the campaign of mental health now for 8 years. What would you say has been your most frustrating setback of it?
Yeah. Oh, there's been so many.
I can imagine.
So I worked on a big campaign which was trying to change teacher training.
Yes.
To try and make sure that teachers in the UK get education on mental health as part of their teacher training. And one day, this is a bit random, but I met the Prime Minister accidentally. And we went to Downing Street, handed over our petition, which we had about 200,000 signatures for. And I basically thought, there we go. That's it. I was 17. I was like, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Over to you now. And then I forgot to get anyone else's contact details. So we left Downing Street, and then we were like, oh, I think we've just been played. I don't think we've got anything to go on next. That was quite big. I mean, it was also weird because it was a massive moment in my campaigning journey.
Yeah.
It was also a setback in terms of suddenly the system felt much more complicated than I thought it was.
Yep.
I thought you'd rock up to Downing Street with a good idea and they'd go and, that's a great idea, Ben, let's write that into law.
Yeah.
And I sort of came away from that, and the mountain was suddenly much bigger in front of me to try and get stuff done. And actually, to be honest, it was quite demoralising when you're trying to create change and trying to change things, and then suddenly you're like, everything feels like it's against you. Mm-hmm. That was one of those moments where the whole system felt like it was a little bit against us.
Yeah, because I read as well that it's only recently that it's now in the programme, isn't it? Is it 2025?
2025. 2025.
And isn't it wild because you think, oh, I've done the signatures, it's going to be in next week. Oh, God.
It took us 6 years.
I've changed the world. And then suddenly, we've got a long process. Because I did teacher training. We had never had any of that. No. And now, what elements is there now?
Yeah, so it's still very basic.
Yeah.
But what's in the curriculum now is that you have to know who to contact with mental health concerns, which is so basic, but it's the first step. Now we've got the words mental health on the curriculum, then it's about trying to push that forward. Yeah. You know, it was a good first step. And also, let's face it, you're never going to take those words off. So it's sort of it's a one-way door. And so it's basically a series of one-way doors, and we need to push Department for Education through all of them. So now they've got it on this time. Now it's about getting the evidence and going, we can do more. Let's actually educate people on what mental health is, and what neurodiversity and all these other things that we're learning are. So it's basic. But it took 1 year to get to Downing Street and then 6 years to get it onto the curriculum. But I tell you what, that was a good moment when it was finally on there, and you're like, you know, it's a small step. It's a step that we've worked 7 years towards, but it's a step that will help teachers.
You must be proud about that.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people can do something like that.
Yeah.
It takes a certain person to do that.
Yeah, well, I'm stubborn.
Same.
I get told no.
But also as well, you turn something really horrific into something, I know it sounds bad, but really positive, in a positive change. Do you feel like that's healed you?
Oh, yeah.
It's healing you.
So much so.
Yeah.
So much so, because you know what? When Sam died, I remember so clearly thinking that my life was always going to be grey. Mm-hmm. And it was never, ever, ever going to have, I was never going to have joy at anything ever again. It was just going to be, my life was just going to be sort of average and grey and absence of anything fun and positive. And it's just so nice to sit here now and feel happy. It really is. I can sit here especially with you on this amazing podcast. I sit here now and we've got a good story, a positive story. It's a joyful story.
Yeah.
There's a good ending. And when I'm a long way from finished, but yeah, life's been good.
Yeah.
And life is good now, and we're doing some good stuff. And I tell you what, that was not something I ever thought would happen. So whether it's changing the teacher training curriculum or doing the work, or even just like showing up on social media and creating connections with people, like, it all means so much.
I was introduced to you this year, I think it was January, when I think one of your posts got like 60 million views, which was insane. And I think what really drew me to you was the fact that you were so emotional and you were so vulnerable and you were just talking so openly about everything. Yeah. From that post, you must have had so many messages.
Oh man, yeah.
What was the most positive thing you got from that post, would you say?
Wow. I mean, so basically this year I launched Reasons to Stay, right, which is a website where anyone in the world can write a letter to someone thinking about suicide. And I launched that on the 21st of January, which is the anniversary of Sam's death. That video went viral, right, launching it. Then I did a video explaining that video went viral, and that video went viral. And then I got an amazing email in February from an amazing woman who I'd had a really long day, and I opened my phone, I got a notification, it was an email, and the subject was something like, one of your letters saved my life. I was like, oh God.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw the video.
Yeah. And then that was just an amazing moment of knowing that it helped. Recorded this video, and I used to say to my friends, like, success would be to stop this from happening to one other person. And in one email, we basically got conclusive proof that this project that I'd launched in January had helped her. And then you saw the response of that. 62 million people have seen me bawl my eyes out about what that meant to me. The response to that video has been extraordinary. I mean, at one point I got 50,000 messages in one day, and most of those were messages of like people's stories and about what they'd gone through and what it meant to them as a project. And it took me from, you must know this because I'm sure you've had things that gone massive and changed like your social media quite quickly. But like, I felt like I didn't, but I had like 140,000 followers in December. And I felt like I knew them, loved my little community. It's very friendly. The same faces would pop up all the time. And then, it grew so quickly, like 200,000 followers a day for a while. It almost became quite embarrassing. Like, it felt like this whole new thing.
Yeah.
All these new people. And everyone, the first time that most people have ever seen me is because I'm crying. So it's like, they've seen the sort of vulnerable side of me, and it's been quite an experience. But also because that video, what's amazing about all of this is because that video of me that everyone has seen has gone so viral, we've been able to send 3.6 million letters. And I know that off the back of that, I can't tell you how many emails I've had now from people that have said they've found it on social media, they didn't want to click it, they did, they've contacted the emergency services, they've gone to support, they've talked to their family member, they've talked to their friend. Like, there are more people that have survived because of a letter that has been written on Reasons to Stay than I can count. And it's so ironically, that video of me saying, what one letter did for one person led to millions of people being able to find a letter for them in the right moment. And that was, that still is incredibly special. I mean, I haven't stopped smiling. Like,
it's
the whole thing's so amazing.
It's insane. If you think about it, it's 60 million people. You can't even put it into, I don't know if you're similar, like, obviously, both on socials, if something goes viral, I tend to get a bit scared.
Yes,
like, if it goes over something like 1 million, I kind of go, okay, I'll just leave that there.
I deleted the app.
Because it's, oh, did you?
Yeah.
You deleted it?
I got rid of it. I just deleted it.
I get it.
Off my phone.
I get it.
Well, I had meetings. I work. I had meetings all day.
The worst thing with me, if it went that viral, and I'm so superficial, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so ugly on it.
No,
I'm so ugly.
Yeah, but I was crying.
I know it sounds really bad. I'm sorry to blow smoke your ass. This is when I fell in love with you because you were so vulnerable, and I went, oh my God, I want to give him a hug. And I think my message to you was, I really want to give you a hug.
You did. You did say that.
I was like, I just really want to, and I don't hug anyone, Ashley. Like, I am not a touchy person, and I really want to just give you a hug. And you must have had like messages from like celebs and stuff.
Oh yeah, big. Well, this is the. I mean, when I
Big.
deleted Instagram, Channing Tatum was messaging me, and I was like, I think that I'm done for today. That's
I
it.
am done.
Yeah.
I would walk
I'm
around
long
like
enough.
fucking Channing Tatum special me. What can I say?
exactly.
What's it? The response must have been insane because I saw the other day that Jennifer Aniston put it on her story.
Jennifer Aniston.
Put it on a story.
Yeah, she did. That was mad. I mean, one of those moments where you're like, this is just sort of all bizarre.
You're like scared a bit silly now, all this, isn't it?
Yeah. And there was a weird moment where this is going to be the worst name drop. I had a moment where you can't message Jennifer Aniston, right?
And, yeah.
So I sort of sent the maximum number of messages I was allowed, trying to be like, thanks.
Yeah.
If you want to do anything together, let me know. And then I had this weird moment where I sat with my brother watching TV and I was like, well, Channing Tatum follows me and he's friends with Jennifer Aniston. So maybe I message him to say thank you on my behalf. And I was like, I can't believe I just said that out loud. This is completely fucked. What has happened to my life?
What has happened?
This is mad. In 3 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I didn't do that.
No.
Maybe I should. Maybe I'll see if he wants to
I've
put
got
in a good word.
I've got something really fucking embarrassing to say.
Yeah, go on.
I once messaged Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, do you know who was Jason Statham's wife? She's a
Oh, wow.
massive,
Okay.
massive model.
Yep.
Huge. Not similar. I messaged saying, oh my God, you need to stop. And I pressed enter and I couldn't send any more messages. And we were liking each other's stuff. And I put, oh my God, you need to stop. And that was it. And then I thought, holy shit. And then she accepted it. I went, stop flirting with me because this is getting silly and we need to tell Jason. But my message was to her, oh my God, you need to stop.
And you can't send any more. And you
No.
don't know that you're not allowed to send any
No.
more until you've sent it.
Yeah. And then you would have thought, who the fuck is this ginger guy saying to me,
Stop.
oh my God, you need to stop. But that's insane.
That's funny. You must
Do you speak to him on a daily?
No.
Oh, God, I would. Just watching you, 21 Jump Street.
Could you imagine? Oh,
Is it
dear.
21 Jump Street?
Yeah,
fab.
and 22.
I'm 22.
Yeah. Could you imagine? That would
Yeah.
be. Maybe I should. Maybe I should be doing this. Maybe I should be.
Do you know, if he does come over, you should do something together.
Oh, because he talks about mental health a lot. He's he's big on it. So,
Huge.
yeah.
You've just done a London Marathon.
I did. Yeah.
How the fuck was that? That must have been hard. How long did you do it? How quick was it?
4:15.
Is that good? Could be
was-
better. I'm
yeah,
joking.
It could be a lot better. Well, I would
be
no.
better. No, joking.
I fell over at mile 2. There was a pothole. Let's not get political, right?
Yeah.
But you're the council. and
Sort
you've
your
got
fucking pothole out.
You've got a London Marathon coming through your council, and you're like, well, let's just leave that one there.
And it had to be you falling in
2
it.
miles.
It had
I
to be
honestly,
you.
I fell over and I was lying on the ground. And I thought I broke my ankle, and I was like, this is so
Do you know what I would have done? I would have DM'd Sadiq Khan lying down.
Yeah.
I've just fell over.
Might need to fix that, mate.
I'm going to get Channing Tatum message you. What the fuck is going on?
Exactly. So I lay there, I thought I broke my ankle, and I was like, this is so embarrassing. Raised all this money, got all these people out. I did this amazing, everyone loves Reasons to Stay, and I know so many people have lost people.
I know what you're going to say.
We got the Reasons to Stay flag, which is just the most phenomenal thing, and it was beautiful. But I was lying there with this flag, and I was like, this is so embarrassing. I've managed 2 miles, and I'm out. And all these
Literally.
people I had families coming down from like Liverpool
Cheering
to
you
watch
on.
just to see the flag. I'm like, I'm out. It's been 2
Stop.
miles. So anyway, this woman picked me up. I sort of shouted about council, and I sort of hobbled on, and I got on with it. Sadiq Khan.
Yeah.
Fell in the pothole.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went down the Grand Canyon, and it almost ended there,
Yeah.
but it didn't.
But
And
you
it was
didn't.
amazing, and it was beautiful.
How much money did you raise?
15 grand, I think.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's
thank you,
so
thank you very-
good.
thank you very
So
much.
good.
And the flag was just.
I loved
Oh,
it. I didn't understand it until I read about it, what it was. And then when I read about it, I was like, you're like a superhuman, aren't you, really?
say that. It's
Like,
just, you know, when suicide is something that people are so scared of, and it's so in the shadows, and so many families, right? This is an important one. So many families can't feel proud of their loved one because of how they died, and I feel like that flag gave them something to feel proud of them for. And I'm like, and
That's so lovely.
and I was running, hobbling, limping.
Sadiq.
Sadiq, cheers, mate. And so
watching.
many people were like in the crowd who had people on that flag. People were shouting. People came over and gave me a hug. Like looked on the flag. People running up behind me, being like, I've got some of that flag. I let them run with the flag for a little bit. And to see how much it meant to have their loved one who's died in such an awful way that's so stigmatized still, like feel proud, like that was special. That was so special, and not something I thought was going to happen. And I came away and I was like, wow. And every time I do an event now, I take the flag with me because there's always people at these places that have people on it, and to see them like searching, and then the sort of like little bit of joy in their eyes when you see them find the name, like, oh, it's such a special moment.
Who come up with the idea of that?
Me. I'm very bad for saying I'll do something and not really knowing how I'm going to do it. And I said to London Marathon, I was like, I would love to do this flag and people can like put their names on it. So I just did a reel saying, if you've lost someone to suicide, put their name in the comments. Not realising that most people then actually do a whole comment where the name's a small part.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, there's like 6,000 comments. This is going to take me
A long
ages.
time. Yeah, to go through all this.
So anyway, I was sort of, but I just basically went through it, got all the names off, put it on, and then an amazing printing company offered to print it, because the first flag I got printed was really shocking. Like
Piece
poor
of shit.
quality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really bad. Really, really bad. And I was like, oh.
Did you tell him?
No, it was weird.
Like,
It's like,
I can't use this.
no, what was weird is like I ordered it online and it came like a day later.
Well, that's
It
when you
came
know.
covered in like custom stickers. So it travelled a long way, right? And the quality was terrible. And I had this small panic of, I've worked out what I thought was going to be the hardest bit, which is getting the names on. And now we've got this really, like this tissue paper feeling little, So anyway, that didn't go ahead. And it turned out to be the most beautiful thing. And I honestly cried for like 10 miles of London Marathon because at the end, especially towards the end, I didn't go 10 meters without someone shouting reasons to stay at me, which was amazing because you know how it is, social media, you don't see the people.
No.
That's the people. That sounds so awful.
Them. No,
You don't see any of them. So it's like when you actually like...
It's lovely, isn't it?
When you're doing a real thing and people are shouting... Because a lot of the time as well, what would happen is you'd run past and then you'd hear them behind me go, oh my God, do you see his thing? That's reasons to stay. I'm like, that's cool. You know?
You get that. I don't get that. I get I love your mum.
yeah.
And I go,
fab. Yeah.
I'm like, great.
Yeah.
You are possibly changing the world.
Thank you.
And it must be, and do you know what though? And I'm not saying this patronisingly, you're young. And I'm not saying that you are really young and you've done so much in such a short time of your life.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You were 17, 25 now?
26.
26 now?
26.
And you've done so much.
Yeah. It's been...
You're fucking great.
I appreciate that.
I think, Matt, do you know if I wasn't, I'm not saying that you are, but if sorry, if I wasn't with my partner, my mum would absolutely love you. Yeah. She would. I know you're not, and I know you're in a relationship, but which what am I even saying? Yeah. Don't even...
Am I
Luke West?
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm going on to a really, really like not so much serious part of touch my balls.
Yeah,
So Ben, do you want to touch my balls?
I would. Well, after I feel like that's a really bad thing to follow what you've just said.
No, it's or a really good thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, so you read this, and these are just confessions and stuff from the audience, and you've got to react to it.
Okay.
Apologies
Oh, God,
if they're a bit fucking unhinged.
I'm hoping they are. That's the point of this, isn't it?
Fab.
I feel like I'm on some game show, or the World Cup.
Lots.
Yeah. It says confession 1, Ben confession.
Oh.
Is that for me to give?
You love me, I get it.
My confession. Wow, this is a difficult one. So I think my confession will be that, and I don't know about you, you must do this as well.
Okay.
When people ask me what I do, I have this fun game where if I don't think I'll meet them again, I'll come up with like random jobs. And it all comes from the fact that I once got picked up by a cab driver for a 3-hour drive to London. And I told him I was a mental health campaigner. And I think that was one of the biggest mistakes because this man had just gone through a breakup. And
You were a therapist.
I know everything about this man's partner. He didn't stop talking for 3 hours.
But Ben...
So now I have this game where, especially with taxi drivers, and if I don't think I'll meet someone again, I've been pilot, I've been doctor.
But do you know what? It's going to be sod's law if I ever did that. They'll go, oh, you know, Luke. He flies the helicopter, and I go,
Oh, yeah.
about that. But do you know what, though? I think that's a really good thing, because you
Do
probably
you not
need
do that
someone
then? Do you go, what do you say when someone goes, what do you do? What does HMRC think you do?
This sounds really disgusting. I don't mean to say it. I think I say something like entertainer.
Wow. Can have a
Bit of a stretch.
Someone have a look at his expenses.
Bit of a stretch. I'm not sure, you know. My accountant deals with it.
Yeah, oh, fair. Okay.
But sometimes I do make up shit. I think me and my friend for a while used to say that we were Britney Spears backup dancers.
How did that go down?
Not well, because we realised she doesn't even perform live anymore. So I'm just like...
Been out of a job for a while.
Literally. But yeah, I do. And then, do you know what I do get a lot of? I get a lot of... Do I know you? And I always go, school.
Oh, that's good.
That's all I do. I
Yeah.
just go, school. They go, yes. Mrs. I go, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I go, yeah. And I walk off. And then my friend Daz is like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I don't know.
That's brilliant.
But I always get this. Do you get that?
No, not really.
Do you not?
No. Because people... Oh, actually, no, you do. You get some. But actually, most people with me... This isn't meant to sound personal.
Go on.
But I think a lot of people feel very safe with me because of the stuff I talk about. So you end up with a lot of people that, that come up. That was not meant to be...
It's just like me. What do I do?
A lot of that was not meant to be as backhanded as it sounds. A lot of people just will come up, and it's lovely because I get to hear some like. It's a real privilege that people feel like they can share stories with me, and so I get a lot of people share.
But sometimes if you're in Nando's,
Sometimes 7 a.m. on the tube. That's happened before.
yeah.
Look, I'm never going to not want to hear people's stories. I think it's a privilege, a part of this job. But 7 a.m. on the tube is
7 a.m.
tough
without a
one. Busy
coffee,
tube.
and also
stood up.
You don't. Your brain isn't function then.
No.
You go.
No.
Have you thought about talking to someone?
I know.
That's what I'd be like.
Yeah. It's maybe this man.
Luke West.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, it's yeah.
Hoping.
Like, I don't know who you're talking about. I'm a pilot. I'm a train driver.
Britney Spears' backup
in the front.
dancer.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a game, right? Because you're quite a happy person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a game of Ben West. Ben, one sec. One sec. So now let's play a game of This Is Sending Me Ben West.
Okay.
Have you ever heard that?
No.
So up north we send stuff like that's sending me west. It
Really?
means like that's really annoying me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So I'm going to say something to you. You're going to tell me if it annoys you.
It's sending me Ben West on.
I want to like fucking pick apart.
Okay. Yeah.
So not using an indicator or cutting you up. Which will send you more Ben West?
Cut me up. Especially living in London, I mean, everyone's sort of like, there's this new rule where you're meant to, this is going to get really boring, the highway code change where you're meant to like let people walk across junctions.
Yeah.
No one does it.
Oh, I don't.
I don't mind the indicator.
I don't.
Don't
And the
cut me up.
nicest way, I know a selfish person on the road, I don't let anyone out. And do you know why? Because if I let someone out and they don't say thank you, fuck me, it sends my head Ben West.
My mum, yeah, my mum never says thanks.
Does she
Oh,
not?
my God, because I think she's just busy thinking about
Right.
things, right? And I'm always like, you have to be the passengers, like.
Thank you.
Because otherwise, I'm the same. That would send me more Ben West than both those options.
Yeah. What about this one? Snoring or eating food loudly, which would send you Ben West?
Snoring, I don't mind. Well, my girlfriend doesn't snore and I don't snore. So
Damn,
we're
you've got a
fine.
girlfriend.
I do.
Right.
She doesn't snore. And she doesn't
Right.
eat loudly, but I think out of the
Okay.
two, eating loudly just sends me Ben West.
Right. What about this one? People who talk over you or people who don't respond? Like if you send them a text, you don't respond.
Because I am the person that doesn't respond.
A lot of people are.
So I have to say the other
You
one.
probably should respond.
I should respond.
You should probably respond more. You really should. Remember what you're doing.
I know. I would say, what was the first option?
People who talk over you.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon.
I've probably done it, so I do
Well, you
apologise if I've
do a
done it.
podcast. Half the thing is having
just
to
talked over me.
Talk over, you what? I can't see us doing much after this.
Someone spoiling a show or someone talking through a show.
Oh,
Like,
talking for a show.
yeah, horrific.
Can't stand it.
No.
You know what's the worst is people that have watched something so many times, they know all the words, and then they come up with a line before it comes out. That's Harry Potter.
That's me.
Do you do that?
Not in Harry Potter, but yeah, I do that sometimes.
Stand it.
Yeah, sorry, Ben.
That sends me Ben West.
Slow customer service or slow walkers?
Slow walkers. Don't mind customer service.
No.
I'm okay. I don't mind being on hold for a little bit.
Okay.
Depends on the music.
Yep.
Slow walkers, get out. We live in London. I mean, it is so the quality of walking is shocking. It's so bad.
Right.
People walk in lines. They walk slowly. They take photos of stuff. They're tourists, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
But they, I can't. I just
Can't bear it.
especially in like you've got Soho pavements that are about 3 foot wide, and you've got 10 people along them, all walking slow.
Yeah.
And I was late here, so I'm obviously like, maybe I'm one of them.
You are. UK trains or UK buses?
Can't stand trains. Love a bus.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love a bus. Actually, what's really funny is Reasons Stay. That idea happened on a bus.
Did
I
it?
do all my thinking on buses. I love a bus thing.
I do it in bed. A lot of thinking. No, but I'm being serious. I do a lot of thinking in bed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do. Skinny jeans or socks and sandals?
Socks and sandals. That is appalling. That is appalling.
What about
I
this
don't
one?
really wear sandals very much though.
This one, you ready? Gays or lesbians?
Oh.
Babe, you have to answer that. It's not something. Right, should we do Touch Me Balls again?
Yeah, let's do it.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Ben West. I feel like, are you the type of person, I feel like you have to have a full name. Do you know what I mean? Do you when you got a friend, you have to call them full name?
Oh, you think
I've got
I
to
have
call you Ben West.
Yeah. Well, actually, funnily enough, people won't know me for this, but in 2019, was invited by ITV to do the debate between Boris Johnson and Jeremy Corbyn, and I got given a question, the closing question, which I was asked by the producers to say, what would you buy each other for Christmas? And I thought that it was like everyone was going to have a little bit of a jokey question to ask, and it turns out like the whole hour-long debate was very, very serious, and I had to just put my hand up and go, what would you buy each other for Christmas? And that went viral as Ben West. They introduced me as Ben West from Kent, and it was like absolutely hugely viral back then. And then all my friends then started calling me Ben West from Kent, and that's how it stuck from then. So yes, I see exactly what you mean by that.
Yeah.
And I got. Yeah, I mean, there were some really serious political journalists that were like reporting on me as if I was an absolute joke for asking this Christmas thing. Robert Peston, who's like a big political journalist, reposted a photo of me like wearing a Christmas hat in front of Boris Johnson and Jeremy Corbyn. I was like, this is going well. This is great. This is my serious mental health campaigning career.
Yeah. And
I'm being done by some of the biggest journalists in the country for being just some Christmas-loving kid.
Fuck 'em.
I know. But
Look at you now.
Anyway, that's Ben West from Kent.
Love that.
So shall I read this confession?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Luke and Jan.
Oh.
I love the podcast. I just wanted to get something off my chest.
Oh, God.
When I was younger, I kissed my sister's boyfriend, and they're now married with kids.
What are your thoughts about that?
Weirdly, I mean, I've listened to the podcast before. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
There's another one yet.
I know. I'm sure it'll get worse.
Yeah.
That is pretty shocking, though.
Pretty
Must be really
tame.
difficult when you see them, though.
Yeah, over Christmas dinner.
Kids,
Yeah.
I wonder if they know.
Would you tell them?
Would I tell... Let me just read it again. When I was younger, I kissed my sister's boyfriend.
When's younger?
Oh,
Because
I
if
don't
you're
have
like
a
8...
sister. So, well, yeah, that's another point. If it's 23,
Yeah.
had issues there.
Yeah.
If it's 4...
Who doesn't kiss everyone at 4?
Yeah, I reckon that's mortifying, and I reckon they probably need to say something, but maybe if it's not been longer than, how long would you leave the silence before it's too long? A year?
I'm psycho, so I'd want to know.
You want to know even if it was like 30 years ago?
It's hard, isn't it? Because
Fine. When does it expire?
would you be angry if your girlfriend kissed someone when you first started getting with each other?
I don't think so.
Would she
I'm
be
trying
angry
to-
with you
I'm
if
trying to-
you kissed
probably, yeah.
me? I'm joking.
30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh.
No, I think that must be. I think they did definitely need to say something.
Especially if you're talking about it, you'd still
Married with
eating it.
kids?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the wedding?
No.
Does anyone have objections? That gets asked.
Me, I kissed
I
him.
kissed him. Yeah.
I would, if he's eating at you, there's a problem.
Eating at you.
What's the correct term?
What does that mean?
Like, if it's eating you up.
Oh, I see. Right.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
It's like if he's eating you. Okay,
Yeah,
then it
eating
might
you
have to
up.
come up. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. There's a reason why
Hard
you
to
wrote
broach,
in.
though. Although now they're married, at least they're sort of
Settled.
secure.
Yeah.
You hope. Maybe got kids.
We've not given you any advice. We
No,
haven't.
not really.
We haven't. Have we?
It's just a bit of a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's eating you up, tell them. Anyway, Ben West.
Yeah.
Going into my favourite section, which is me.
Yeah.
I've got some reasons to say facts here.
Oh, awesome.
2 million letters have been received. I'm guessing that's gone up.
3.6 now.
3.6 because this is off your website. 70 million views across social media.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's more.
Yep.
81% visitors said they felt better.
Yep.
Started a petition in 2018 called for government to make mental health training a statutory requirement of teacher training.
Yep.
September 2025, teacher training included mental health training for the first time ever in the UK.
Yes.
Wow.
It's pretty mad. So
That's
to hear that
insane.
all, you know, especially because obviously we started this podcast and it's a serious story and it's a serious topic. And I genuinely didn't think that life was ever going to be good. And to like hear that, you're like, you know, when you do put your mind to it, it's just mad. And if I think back when this was all fresh and I was just with my friends and I didn't really know what we were doing and I wanted to do something good and something positive, but I didn't really know how. To sit here now and look back, like, it's been a hell of an 8 years. Mm-hmm. It really has. Exhausting.
Do you feel like it's just now starting? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean by that? Like, you are now just... I know you've done a
it's
lot,
huge
but
now.
yeah, now it's bigger like than you could ever imagine.
Yeah, Channing Tatum. I mean, that's
Come
when
on.
it really begins.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston, Channing Tatum. That's nothing happens until that
Yeah.
moment, right?
Yeah.
No way. You know, it's really rewarding as well because like I've been doing this for 8 years. It's
Yeah.
rewarding and also quite demoralizing because I've been doing this for 8 years and put a lot of work in over the years. And then obviously now, one way of looking at it is it's finally huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's finally people are seeing it. The other way of looking at it is most people, I've been doing this for 8 years, most people only know me for like one thing I did 3 months ago.
Crying.
yeah, most people know me because I cried for 30 seconds on Reel 3 months ago. Which is like, you know, I do a lot more than that.
Yeah. But I feel like that's how people introduce you to it.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, with like the amount of like, there's even like the sort of click-through rate or the follow rate from that video is like so good because people clearly like buy into the whole thing and really engage and then go and read a letter and write a letter because obviously everyone can write one as well.
Yeah.
So that's been so amazing. Really, really has.
You've got a book coming out, Reasons
Yes.
to Stay.
Yes.
Talk to me about the book. What can we know from it?
Yeah, so basically Reasons to Stay is obviously massive. I just love the idea that people write letters to people they don't know. There's something so special in that. And so we really wanted to create a book where you'd have in that book a letter for any moment of your life you're going through. So there'll be people writing in there about grief and about anxiety and about overwhelming feelings. And there'll be letters for like celebration and good moments, letters for bad moments. It's like all of them are going to be written by real people somewhere in the world. And they're going to be in this book. And so it's really going to be this very special little thing that everyone can have. And if you ever just need to read a letter about a topic, someone's written one for you. And they've written it because they care about you feeling better in that moment. So, yeah, it's very exciting. The work starts now, though. We haven't actually got any of the letters for the book. So it's like, got to go and
When's the
find
book out?
January.
January.
It's pre-order now,
Right.
I should say. Pre-order now. But it's out in January.
You're like, I've said this a lot through this podcast, you're changing the world and you're doing so much positive stuff. What is next for you?
What is next for me?
Prime Minister?
Oh, God, no. I'd fix the potholes. There'd be no potholes on the London
Potholes
Marathon
would be
route.
gone.
That'd be my first.
Yeah.
No, yeah, God, no, that'd be awful. I continue with this Reasons to Stay.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of things to sort out with it. Obviously, the book's a big one. Lots of things with that. And just making sure it grows. I mean, obviously, it's 3.6 million letters. We're heading at speed towards 10 million.
Wow.
We've got to have a 10 million letter
Always.
party or 10 million. So
We should. Do you know
yeah.
why I'm involved? We should.
We absolutely should.
We should.
Yeah. No, let's do it.
Let's
10
do
million.
it.
Let's get everyone there.
Yeah.
10 million letters is going to be enormous. I
Yeah.
don't know when it's going to happen, but we're edging towards that moment. And so everything is focused on how do you get that project in as many people's hands as possible, because I know through all the conversations I've had with people that people out there are alive today because they've read one of those letters, and that's so special. It's like, if we can get that into more people's hands, that's my mission, that's my goal, and it's all I'm going to do. Like, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Proud of you, Ben.
Thanks, Luke.
I know, even though we've just met today, I feel like I already know you.
I know.
We're going to go on to touch my balls for the last time. Sorry, we're just being really serious. Can I just predict what I think is going to happen?
Okay. Yeah, go on.
You're going to get an MBE.
An MBE?
I really do. MBE, OBE, don't know the difference.
Lovely.
I definitely think you are.
Yeah, that would be, I mean, I wouldn't turn it down.
I'll be there with you with my hat.
Yeah.
We did it both together.
You have to, you get the you get one of those great photos as well of you.
Us both?
Oh yeah, you're getting
Oh
one.
no, your girlfriend's not there. It's me and you.
I see, right.
It's
yeah,
me and you.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. We'll see if they can do it on the same day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this
I
wild?
can tell you who's not getting an MBE.
This person.
Confession number 3.
Right. Oh dear.
I once robbed a Freddo from the shop and felt guilty for ages, but now looking at the prices of them in the shop, I don't feel guilty anymore. This should be the other way around. Robbing a Freddo back then is not a crime.
Yeah.
With interest, robbing a Freddo now is probably worth quite a lot of money. So you might as well have robbed someone's phone, based on how much that's, based on the sort of fun, like, what is it called?
You've been
Inflation?
in London too long, you have.
Yeah.
Robbing phones.
We've gone for a few phones. Yeah.
Do you know what? These have been quite tame for you.
They have been a little bit, which I'm not mad about.
You're not?
You know,
Yeah.
because I was going into this, obviously I got really
Worrying.
mad about confession part. I was a BBC Radio 4 podcast this morning.
Yeah.
Very different vibe to this. And I was like, suicide, mental health, horrific confessions. You know, like,
Yeah.
didn't quite see the gear shift. So, you know, kissed a sister. Kissed her. Almost kissed a sister. Kissed a sister's boyfriend and robbed a Freddo. You know what? Have a day off. You're fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's
You're all
sad?
good. I think. I might
Yeah.
get into trouble for saying that.
You won't get into trouble. I feel like there's worse stuff going around, isn't there, than robbing a Freddo.
What's the worst one that has been in? Or can you not say yet because it's not gone out?
I'm trying to think what's the worst one we've had. We've had some pretty horrific stuff. We've had like shit, piss, a lot of
that goes
shagging.
on. Yeah.
A lot of that.
So in lockdown, I did a confession thing, and one of my favourite that I ever got, and I did this for about 2 years, was this girl who was like, when she was growing up, she had a pet rabbit, and
I'm not sure where this is going.
and it was cold and it died.
Oh.
But she was 5, didn't really understand, and she thought it needed defrosting, so she put it in the oven, and then her parents found it.
Fucking hell.
And it was dead already, but that absolutely got me. That was the best one that we had, I think.
Yeah.
But I was like you, there's a lot of bodily fluids.
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of cheating. There's a lot of shagging someone from work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not too bad considering, is it?
Freddo and a little bit of,
Kiss.
yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. That's our advice.
No, it's not.
have a day off,
Have you had fun?
This has been great.
You enjoyed it?
Really good.
Do you know what? Why don't you come back in January when your book's out?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do that.
Well, we'll do it for the million letters. We'll do
Yes.
another one. Yeah.
Yes. And then you can come back. We can talk about your book.
Yep.
And we can see, let's be honest, you've probably got an MBE by then.
And you. We'll have it together. We'll have a little photo.
I'll be Luke West by then.
Oh. I need to put that down, really, now.
Put down my ball.
Put down the ball.
But thank you so much for coming. It's been great.
Thanks, Luke. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to Live, Laugh, Luke. Guys, he's changing the world. It's Ben West. Woo!
Thank you.
That was so good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.